Hello my viewers and welcome back to my channel. Now I welcome you to a candid conversation about identity, labels and cultural ownership. Have you ever noticed the double standard in how Americans identify themselves and others? Specifically, why do many palm color Americans eagerly label others as African American, Asian American or Native American, but bristle at being called European-American? Now this paradox has sparked a thought-provoking discussion challenging the consistency and logic behind these labels. Now a Mexican man's viral commentary cuts to the heart of the issue, pointing out the hypocrisy. You are European. Your ancestors came from Europe. You claim Italian American, Irish American, but get upset when called European American. Like, make it make sense. Now, this observation raises essential questions about selective identity, linguistic heritage, and cultural ownership. Let's consider these facts. If you speak English, French, Spanish, or Portuguese, aren't you speaking a European language? Of course you are. Doesn't that make you, by definition, European American? Of course it does. Now, the tension surrounding this label exposes deeper issues regarding identity, power dynamics, and historical context. So with that said, let's take a look at these videos as different people share their thoughts on this topic. I will be right back.
Who are European Americans? Kinda sounds offensive to me. Well, Joey, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I know you think that you're just American, and I get that, colonizer mentality. But I'm gonna let you in on a secret, Joey. But a European American is you. You're a European American. I mean, you guys call everybody else African American, Asian American, Mexican American, Native American, which are the real Americans, by the way. And European Americans are always bragging, oh yeah, well, I'm part Polish, I'm part Irish, I'm part German, I'm 1/16th Cherokee. So you're European American. Your ancestors all come from Europe. You guys love claiming Italian American, Irish American, etc., but get mad when somebody calls you European American? What? Make it make sense. Why are European Americans so scared of culture? Why are you guys so scared and terrified of culture? I don't get it. People from Ireland are really cool. Ireland has some great culture. So does Italy. So does Poland. Come on, man. But anyways, guys, Joey, you are European American. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think.
I am so glad we're having this discussion. On my post, I had posted about this months ago, maybe even a year ago. So glad we're having this discussion. So whenever I meet someone who says, oh, I'm Canadian or I'm American, what I say to them all the time is that, oh, are you related to the indigenous people? Or are you indigenous? Y'all have to do this so they realize.
Okay, white people, I don't know what is going on, but this is insane. This is getting out of hand. This is honestly crazy because now we are starting to call you guys European American. Wait a minute, what? And so this is not an endearing term. I think it's meant as a slight for the categorization of minorities as like South Asian American, African American, Mexican American, Latino American, Native American, right? There's this hyphenation that goes on, and you guys may not be aware, but this kind of like otherizes us and makes us feel like less than or different from y'all or a normal American, right? And even that what is a normal American, right? And so we have struck back and created this term European American to describe y'all, and some of y'all may be thrilled with that because maybe some of y'all are like, yo, I knew I was European. I knew I was a mix of German, Irish, and English, but for some reason, some of y'all would like to describe yourselves as like being from Nebraska or whatever state you're from, right? And you're like, no, you're not. Your people are not from Nebraska, bro. And this really got me thinking, right? These labels, they're super fun. They're in jest, right? They're not to be taken seriously, right? And let's just honestly go a layer deeper here. I love to go deep in my videos, and all these labels are just man-made. They're just imaginary things we're making up in our head, right? Our dogs and our cats are not going, hey, that's an African American. Hey, that's a European American, right? And so it is important to keep that in context. Like all of these labels, all of these things that are man-made, the border is imaginary. The races are imaginary, right? These countries that we think that we rep so hard, all this stuff is imaginary, my friends. It's a game that your job, all of these things are super, super imaginary, right? And they're just based off this collective agreement that we have with each other, with other humans. It's like in the man-made realm, in the human-made realm, that these things exist, right? And so European Americans, my friends, how does it feel to be part of identity politics?
European Americans hate being called European American, so much so that they try to come up with any justification and excuse to not be called European American. Our friend Donna is saying that she is not European American, that she considers herself an Irish Italian American, that her family is from Italy and Ireland. Now look, Donna, I know that the US educational system is not the best, especially when it comes to geography, but I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Donna. Both Ireland and Italy are in Europe. Crazy, right? So that would make you 100% European American. I love how European Americans genuinely believe that they are just Americans, that everyone else is something hyphen American, and that they are the only true Americans. But luckily, it seems like that is starting to change with this whole European American thing. The tables have turned. But anyways, guys, Donna, you are European American, 100% European American.
Hey friends, so I'm loving this trend about European Americans, and I'm loving how upset people are getting. And for those of you who are getting upset about it, I'm going to ask you, what language do you speak? Because if it's one of the 4 major languages here in the Americas, which are English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese, newsflash, those are European languages. So if any of those languages are one of your first languages, that's a European language, which makes you speaking a European language in the Americas, which kind of makes you a European American, doesn't it? Funny how that works. Who loves language? I do. Love you. Bye.
Hey TikTok, it's your favorite European American teacher here. That's right, I said European American. Well, I do have a smidge of native blood. The French, English, Irish, Dutch, and Welsh in me has washed over me, figuratively. And what kind of washing are you saying? Well, we're not going to say that right now because I don't want to use that term anymore. My skin color was never a source of pride for me growing up. Most of my friends were not the same color as me, and it wasn't until about 4th grade that I started to actually have a few friends this color. And then later on, I started learning about my country, and I was proud of things my country did, and then I found out things my country did, and I was no longer proud of things my country did, especially for the reason that they did them, which had a lot to do with the color of skin. And then later on, I found out about what British people did with colonization around the world. And guess what? Skin color involved in that too. So I am a European American, and I will stay a European American. That other one? Yeah, I'm going to leave that for the nationalists.
Now, this recent controversy surrounding the label European American has left many scratching their heads. Why are some individuals getting upset when called European American? Yet they have no issue labeling others as African American, Asian American, or Native American. I feel the hypocrisy is staggering. It's really amusing how these same individuals have no problem about appending hyphens to everyone else's identity. But when the tables are turned, oh my G, they cry foul. Suddenly they want to be simply American. Devoid of any prefix or suffix, the irony is palpable. Now this reaction betrays a deeper unease, a reluctance to acknowledge their own cultural and ancestral roots. By resisting the European American label, they're attempting to dissociate themselves from the complex history and privilege that comes with being palm color in America. But why? Isn't European American a factual description, just like African American or Asian American? Don't their ancestors hail from Europe, shaping the country's language, customs, and institutions? Now, this double standard exposes the fragility of palm color identity and the unspoken expectation of racial exceptionalism. I feel it's time to confront this inconsistency and recognize that labels are not the problem. It's the power dynamics and biases attached to them that need scrutiny. Let's call it what it is. European American is not a slur, but a descriptive term. Embracing it would be a step toward acknowledging the rich cultural tapestry that is America and the complex histories that have shaped our society. Now, I feel the conversation surrounding this label European American is long overdue. It's intriguing to explore why some individuals resist this term while readily applying hyphenated identities to others. Like, why is it like this? This paradox raises fundamental questions about identity, power dynamics, and cultural ownership. Acknowledging this discrepancy is crucial, and it's heartening to see some palm color individuals recognizing the inconsistency. However, the denial and defensiveness from others are telling. Perhaps this resistance stems from a desire to maintain a neutral and incumbent identity, untethered from historical and cultural contexts, maybe. Now, the reluctance to embrace European American may also underscore the privilege of simply being called palm color. This label erases specific cultural heritage and ancestral ties, allowing individuals to dissociate from the complex legacy of European colonization and its ongoing impact. By examining this phenomenon, we expose the complexities of racial identity and the unequal value assigned to different labels. It's time to confront the unspoken assumptions and biases that underpin these distinctions. Now, this conversation is not about assigning blame or guilt, but about understanding the intricate web of identity, power, and history. By engaging with these complexities, we can work toward a more nuanced understanding of American identity and foster greater empathy and inclusivity. Now, we have seen the backlash against being labeled European American, which has exposed a glaring example of palm color fragility. The defensiveness, denial, and outrage demonstrate how deeply uncomfortable many palm color individuals are when confronted with the reality of their own racial identity. Calling out this double standard is not an attack. It's a necessary examination of the power dynamics at play. Yet the reaction from some palm color people reveals a profound discomfort with being categorized, a sensation Black and people of color experience daily. Now, this fragility stems from the expectation of racial naturality, where palm coloredness is seen as the default, unmarked and unexamined. Now, the mere suggestion that palm color people might also have a specific racial identity, European American, disrupts this comfortable invisibility. The intensity of the response betrays a deep anxiety, the fear of losing privilege and status. By acknowledging their European roots, palm color individuals may feel compelled to confront the legacy of colonialism, slavery, and systemic inequality. Now, this reaction underscores the urgent need for self-reflection and education. Rather than becoming defensive, palm color people must engage with the complexities of their own racial identity and the ways in which it intersects with other forms of oppression. Only through this introspection can they begin to dismantle the systems of privilege and inequality that perpetuate racial disparities. By confronting palm color fragility, they can foster a more inclusive and equitable society where all identities are acknowledged and valued. But the question still remains, will palm color people confront their own fragility and engage in meaningful self-reflection? Or would they continue to resist the necessary examination of their racial identity? I don't know what you guys think, but share your thoughts, your views, your contributions as well on what you think about this topic in the comment section. Thank you for always watching and see you in my next video as I bring you another interesting video.